Hello everyone, welcome to Open Captions with me Kavipriya on Spring Nectar TV. When words fail, music speaks. Yes, I'm talking about Kiran+Nivi. Over 1.7 million followers on TikTok, hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. This young sensation is taking over the world of music. Their pitch-perfect voice, extraordinary fusion of the Indian classical music and Western music. I think you've guessed who I'm talking about. Yes, I'm talking about Kiran+Nivi. Join us as we discuss about their musical journey, challenges, the courage, the fears, low points, and their breakthrough on Open Captions. Hello Kiran+Nivi, welcome to Open Captions on Spring Nectar TV. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Kiran+Nivi, first of all, congratulations on your recent graduation from University of California, Irvine. Kiran, I think you double majored and graduated with music and psychology, and Nivi with music and business. Powerful combo, so big congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, fantastic. Looking back, these past 4 years, moving out of your house, your comfort zone, into the dorm, on campus, off campus, figuring out your education and then your musical journey, and especially the last year, the pandemic. I mean, everybody's life went off track and you guys became this online sensation with your music. So looking back these 4 years, especially last year, what are your reflections?
Reflecting, I think these past 4 years have definitely been a learning experience. Like, we've learned a lot through these 4 years, and I think we have, learned a lot of things that even changed in ourselves. Being more open about things, being, a little bit more going out of your box and doing things that you would probably normally not do. And I think those things are that we definitely really learned from college, and also even from whatever has happened this past year with social media and whatever has happened in our life. I think that has really paved the way for us to be, into a new character and into our new self.
Right. So it's been a year of change, definitely, especially the social impact, and we'll touch on that very soon. Kiran+Nivi, music is entertainment for many. For some, it's a career. For some, it's an outlet. But for you guys, in your own words, music is your miracle. Such a beautiful line, I would say. Kids or babies, they start talking around 1 and, at least start doing those baby sounds, 10 months, 12 months. But you guys, your parents were worried. You were not talking, making any sounds, and you were almost 2. They got really worried, and then you never talked, but then right away went into singing. It's fascinating. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was actually around the age of 2, as you said. We weren't making baby sounds, and our parents took us to a speech therapist, and we were at New York at this time. But the situation didn't improve much, and like every Friday evenings, our parents would go to an Indian church in New York. So every week they'll go by themselves and they'll leave us at home thinking that we'll disrupt the bhajans. But one week, the host of the center asked our parents, why don't you bring your kids and they can just sit during the bhajans and listen. So I think our parents tried it out and had us go to the center. To their surprise, we sat there quietly for the whole 1 hour, and that was our first step in our musical journey. So after this happened a few weeks, the host asked our mom, why don't you teach them a Sai bhajan? That's when our mom was very confused. Like, we weren't making sounds, we weren't like conversing even in our baby language with our parents. Like, how can we sing a whole bhajan? But our mom had faith in God, and she taught us our first bhajan. It's called Gopala Radha Lola. So we sang that the next week. To their surprise, we sang it with pitch rhythm. It shocked everyone, and that started our musical journey. And months after that incident, we started to speak normally like a normal kid. So that's why for us, music is our miracle, because it could make us speak, and it just started our whole journey in this life.
Wow, it is truly your miracle, from not talking, not making any sounds, to singing. That's really fascinating. So then you started Indian classical Carnatic music, right? And when did you get introduced to Western music? Because your fusion is what is all the phenomena about the Carnatic and the Western music. When did you get introduced to Western music?
Yeah, we started Carnatic music at the age, I would say 4.5 or 5 years old. You know, learning from a wide range of people has kind of given us different perspectives on how they see whatever they see it as. And we got introduced to that, you know, in a very young age. And I think that really helped us to kind of come up with our own approach about, you know, Carnatic music is all about creativity. And I think whenever the creativity came in, that's when we felt inspired to even practice by ourselves. You know, before then, our mom would force us to practice in her, you know, room because we weren't really interested in it. But I think in middle school, when we started, you know, getting introduced into the creative aspects of Carnatic music, that's when we were like, our mom didn't have to tell us, sit down and practice. We just did it ourselves. And around middle school, that's when we started getting introduced to other genres. You know, till then we were only, you know, doing side bhajans and Carnatic music. But in middle school, you know, all our friends would just talk about the new pop hits of that time. And, you know, we would just talk about, oh, did you hear that song? Or did you hear this song? We kind of heard it from the radio and started searching those songs up. That's kind of how we even knew that pop music even existed. And, you know, we just started to, you know, listen more of it, and we were already like so interested in it from day one. And I think around high school and even college, that's when we started of thinking like, how do you bridge both Carnatic music and Western music together? Putting them together is definitely something that requires a different approach. It's not just, you know, mashing things together. And I would like to add, like, in middle school and high school, we also learned opera. That was a game changer for like vocal technique. I know opera, like for our friends, like when we would tell them we learned opera, they would just make fun of us. You know, they'll just be like, opera, and they'll just make fun of that music. Even we were actually in the beginning like making fun of it ourselves, but actually when we started learning, we realized how great the music is and the techniques that they do. And it personally helped us for our breathing techniques, like strengthen our tone of our voice, a whole powerful tone. It increases your range for a wide range of high notes and low notes. And this actually, interestingly, did help us for Carnatic music. We have a range in Carnatic music from low sa or low pa to high pa. If you want to reach higher than that, like 2 octaves range, being a soprano in opera music was very helpful for that. It helped us to be more effortless in reaching more high notes. That's one of the other strengths that I think we had in our journey, that we learned a lot of genres, and we realized how each genre can help each one, like they're all interchangeable, and we can use aspects of opera to Carnatic, aspects of Carnatic to pop music. Like for example, you know, the gamakams and all the intricacies that we do in Carnatic music help us for Western and like singing runs. There's so many complicated runs and riffs in pop music. And for us, there's not really been an instance where we found it hard, because Carnatic music, we do so much more complex things that this is like not seeming as complex as that. So I think we're grateful to learn so many genres, because it has made us the musicians we are today.
That's really fantastic. You know, just, you know, I'm no expert in music. I just love to listen. But what I'm hearing through this, the kind of the trend I'm picking is like, you guys have like experienced different, even in music being your central focus and your core, but you still, you know, different gurus, different perspective, being open to Western music, taking opera. Just very inclusive, you know, your music experience and journey has been. And I think, I'm sure your parents were supportive and have that inclusive nature as well. I think that's very important, right? When you said at one point, you guys understood that creativity spark came, and then your mom didn't have to force you guys. That's so important.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the dancers and even some musicians, young adults, they train all their life, they do the arangetram or that public performance, and then it kind of goes away. I think when they didn't have to force you, but you yourself got that creativity, right? You felt that you could play around with it. And that comes with being inclusive and open and gathering all that. That's fantastic. And your parents surely supported you guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, to talk about our parents, I don't think like few words would be enough. I think just from young age, like they're the ones who put us into Carnatic music, seeing like the capability that we had from Sai Bhajans. For our case, like I don't think we would be here without our parents. Like they're the ones who showed us our capability and throughout our journey. So we're very grateful to have parents like them who are very open-minded.
And they're open-minded, yes, just like you said. The fusion music you did, I mean, people have done fusion, right? Dance, I've seen it a lot. I'm sure in music also it's been done before. But yours kind of like, it just gathered so much attention and love and following and almost craze. It's the mixing of, you do your own songs as well, but you write your lyrics, compose your music, and you mix the swarams, right? And then you do covers and you mix the swarams again. Can you, for the larger public, who don't understand, can you tell us what a swaram is and probably demonstrate that for us?
Yeah, sure. So I would say swaram is like Indian solfege. So I mean, if you take the American solfege, it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if I do it like, in the major scale, it would be like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. In swarams, the Indian solfege would be sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. So it would be sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. We just use like a combination of these notes of, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, and we just try to match with, our mood at that day. We kind of just do the swarams on the spot. Whatever we feel that kind of fits with the song, and that's what, you're hearing in the videos.
You make me a believer. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Sa, re, ga, di, di, di. Sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. Break you down and tell me you're a believer.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah, and it's a creative process, right? It's not between two boundaries. You let it flow and then you capture it and then your craftsmanship, of course. Yes, perfect. Now, talking about your online sensation, the phenomena, over 1 million followers on TikTok and many hundreds of thousands on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube, all celebrities like endorsing you guys, collaboration with you. When you started on TikTok, it was a huge platform for young adults and teenagers and people of all ages, I would say. When you started that on TikTok, that was your breakthrough, right? Did you think like it would just take off like this eventually? You had a goal in mind? Or did you just start it for fun? A lot of people do that as well. How did it start?
TikTok was, I found it actually 2 years back. I just found this was an app on my app store. And I just clicked on it and wondered what this app is because I've never heard it before. I just saw people posting videos. So I asked, Kiran if, why can't we just post a singing video? And this was when we were in college in our apartment. So we've shot our first ever TikTok video like after we kind of discussed, and the first song was If I Can't Have You by Shawn Mendes, and we just shot that. It was the worst lighting possible. It was kind of like really low quality in terms of lighting and all of that, but like we just kind of did it, and it was just for fun. Like we didn't really post to get we didn't post to get the engagement or the attention. We just wanted to see where it goes. And overnight it got 1,000 likes, and for us at that time that was like really shocking because we didn't even think it would even get 1 like.
Low expectation and just surpassed.
Yeah, and like 1,000 likes was still really big. It got that, and we were kind of really shocked, and that kind of, okay, maybe we should post more. And then from then we just kept posting and posting more and more, and that's how we grew on TikTok.
Right. So did you expect eventually, when did you feel that momentum picking up and building up? When did you see that, wow, this is really taken up, it's serious?
I think it was like about a couple months after we were posting many videos. I think it was around August or October, like around that period, where I think it was just like a random video. I remember the first video that Nivi was secretly recording me singing a song, Never Enough. I was sitting at this very same couch and she was just videoing me, and that went viral overnight. So no one knows what's gonna get viral. No one knows, like, it's all unexpected. So we kind of just did that for fun. Like, we got this idea, and I just like was listening to that song and I just felt like singing it. So that's how it was. But then, like, the real momentum started in like October. We were thinking of many ideas, kind of trying out things, and one idea we just thought of was doing some swanums in this song called Overwhelmed. Like, when we heard that song, the first thing that came to our mind was, okay, I need to do some swanums. I just feel like that would suit for this song. And we just tried that out and did it. And that went viral overnight on TikTok and Instagram on Reels. And that's like when we were kind of shocked, because the people that are watching these videos are not just Indians. Like, they're all types of races, Americans, like everywhere around the world. And these comments that we were getting were like, oh, I don't know what you're doing, but that part is so cool. And that was something new to us, because we've never seen people who don't know about classical music, Indian classical music as a whole, like, talk about that music in that way. Like, no one has ever told me that classical music is cool. So it was interesting for me to see that people thought this was cool. And we just kept doing that for more covers. And the more we did it, actually, each one of them started getting more attention. And that's when we just saw, like, something special about using both our identities of, like, our Indian music and Western music, and that's part of our life.
And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows, nobody knows. And I was dancing in the rain. I felt alive and I can't complain. But now take me home right.
Wow, that was amazing. That was really amazing. Yeah, that's fantastic. I remember, I think I did see that video. Obviously I've been looking at all your videos, reading through your comments from your fans. I did see, Kiran, you were singing, I think, on this couch, right? And probably Nivi, you took the video. It was just so casual. She's just singing and putting her heart out there and just going, and you've captured it. You said, like, oh, she doesn't even know I'm just taking this. And that kind of, right, next morning you get up and, oh my God, do you see this? Like, so many people are liking it and they're commenting it. Yes, our music, Carnatic classical music, is so rich. Our heritage, our culture. For the world, when they see it, they're like, I don't know what that really is, but it sounds so good. So that's fantastic. You guys are bridging these cultures and making it accessible for everyone. That's really fantastic. And the other point, you talked about trends, just not just doing it because it's out there in school and let's get on the hashtag journey, but you kind of took what it is part of your life and what is core to you, and then added these beautiful layers and kind of naturally fused it, right? When it comes to my next question, your latest song, it's called Trends, right?
Yeah, it's called My Own Trend.
Okay. What's the inspiration behind that? Talk a little bit about that song, your original.
Yeah, I think it's inspired from our life in high school. We were like people who didn't go to any school dances. We didn't go to prom. We didn't we're not like the popular kid in school. We didn't do things that may have been seen as cool for like the majority of people in high school. We just felt like, every weekend, like one of the lyrics would be like, we stayed at home every weekend, just practicing music. Like that was our life in high school. It was all revolved around music. The main chorus was like, it just talks about how everyone just wants to follow a trend or just want to do these things, maybe just to not be insecure and make them feel that, okay, they're part of the cool group, or not just like be seen as a loner or seen like as isolated. And that's kind of we've seen in like high school, many people would want to go to prom or go to these things just because they don't want to be seen as a jerk to their friends, or, you know, it's like more of peer pressure. But if they really want to go, like if you ask their inner heart, I'm not sure if they would have the same answer.
It's a personal choice. If you want to go, absolutely have a blast. If you don't want, it's okay. Yeah.
For us, like we personally, like we didn't connect with going for those dances and all of that. We were so into music at those years, and we just fell in love with music. And then, so for us, when we see all these people just doing something that's different from us, it kind of felt different. It kind of felt, okay, like, I know we're someone so different than everyone else, but, you know, I'm doing my own thing, and I'm doing something that I'm so passionate about that I should stick to it, and I should just be myself. And I think one thing that kind of helped us to stay at ourselves, like to just be ourselves, is the group of friends that we had in high school were accepting of us. Like they were okay that we didn't go to prom. Like our whole group of friends they all went to prom, but like we would be the people who like, hey, we'll just like stay at home, maybe we can hang out like another day, you know. And they were okay with that. They wouldn't judge me, you know, or you know, they wouldn't isolate me or make me feel like a loner. So I think that's also another thing that like made us feel like, okay, like I can be myself and be confident about that, and I can show that to the world and they'll accept me. So that's something that was, that's what this song was inspired from.
I didn't go to prom, flunked out of driver's ed, had some trouble fitting in. Stayed home every weekend, trying to write a good verse. I didn't have a lot of friends. Everyone is so worked up about chasing trends and showing off. I don't blend in, I really don't mind it. I don't care about all the rules, cause if I love it then it's cool. Aren't you bored of playing pretend? Oh, don't mind me.
Wow, so much maturity, first of all, ladies. Fantastic, inspiring, to be very honest. To have that clarity and to make a choice you're willing, you're fully comfortable about. And kudos to your friends and your family and everybody for accepting that and making it normal. You know, if you want to do it, absolutely. If you don't want to, absolutely, it's fine. Nothing should be forced, right? Align with your values, your attributes. And I'm sure your parents didn't force you and say, no, you can't go to prom. I don't think that's the case. Absolutely.
Actually, surprisingly, our parents were the opposite. They were like, why don't you go to prom? Why don't you go to these dances? Like, why can't you go out? Or, you know, like.
So they're the more social, I guess. Are they more social? Okay. So back in high school, okay. And great job making your choice and living by it and still being okay with that and everybody being cool. That's the world we want for all our young adults and teenagers. I love this song, Trends. Would you mind a couple of lines maybe for us, for our audience?
Yeah, sure. I didn't go to prom, fucked out of driver's ed, had some trouble fitting in. Stayed home every weekend, trying to write a good verse. I didn't have a lot of friends. Everyone is so worked up about chasing trends and showing off. I don't blend in, I really don't mind it. I don't care about all the rules, cause if I love it then it's cool. Aren't you bored playing pretend? Oh, don't mind me, I make my own trend.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. I know guys were just our fans your fans were just waiting to hear that. So thank you so much. It was so good. Such a meaningful song, you know, perfectly reflecting what you guys had experienced. That kind of takes me to my next question. High school is really difficult for a lot of, you know, young adults, teenagers, especially I think for girls, it could be a little bit more difficult as well. Have you guys experienced being bullied in high school or middle school, elementary, being bullied in school or, you know, college? Or have you seen it with others, your friends and people around? Obviously, having the music and having both of you, each other, it's a huge bonus and protection, I think. You'll watch out for each other. But have you experienced it or seen with others, and anything you want to share for people watching, especially the young adults and teenagers?
You know, in high school for us, bullying we didn't really see it. We were not really aware of it because I don't even think it happened to us. Kind of just because we were ourselves the whole time and you know, we didn't really care about what other people say about. And the group of friends we had, I think a healthy group of friends that We didn't really judge each other for what they're doing or how they are. I mean, throughout my years in school, from elementary school to like high school, I personally have seen people get bullied. I would just like think like, why do people do that? You know, like we would hear stories about it. I would hear rumors in the school. Some people just want to make fun of another person just because of the way they look. I don't really think that's okay. I guess that was a thing in high school, but I don't think they would understand how much that would make that other person feel bad. Like they would lower a person's confidence, like self-esteem. Like I don't think you should hurt people that way. Like everyone is special. I always believe that everyone is special and everyone is unique in their own way. If you just find that uniqueness, like you'll find how great they are. Yeah, we have seen it. When I see it, like I don't want to make that happen. I want to just console them or just be friends with them and make them feel like they're in and included instead of excluded.
Right. Those who are the target of being bullying, right? It's got some deep roots in. And what's shocking for me, there are some young adults, like teenagers, so talented, beautiful, doing great, have everything, but confidence and just not feeling good by yourself, or just so much relying on that approval from somebody external, right? That really shakes people's confidence, erodes their confidence away. My next question is kind of a little bit going back again into the music, but how was bringing in Carnatic, Indian classical infusion? On the classical side, it is such a rich cultural music with so many years and such great leaders and gurus and masters. And it's got that hierarchy and standards. How did that side of the world, your peers and your masters and the people you look up, and how did that side of the world kind of accept you guys? Were there any judging, any difficulties? How was that?
All the artists, in Carnatic music, and I think even peers, they've all felt proud that, Carnatic music is getting global. I think a lot of artists been wanting to make it more seen, Carnatic music being more seen into, other parts of the world, because, it wasn't like that before. And seeing, even like artists like, pop artists, even like Jason Derulo coming and collabing with us because he saw that aspect that he liked. I think that's just what makes everything, 10 times better, that, even pop artists are able to like that and they love it too. So, I would say like all the peers and everyone have just been really supportive that we're actually bridging the two in bringing awareness that this music exists.
Yeah, that's fantastic, really, to hear that they're with open arms, they're accepting and they are appreciating and seeing that, you guys are this young generation and you are so intelligently, smartly using the tools on hand, like the platform like TikTok and social media, to elevate, to bridge and bring things together. That's really phenomenal. I also want to talk about the past year, which has been such a struggle for all of us, especially working from home, losing jobs, and the social injustice, that has always been there in our world. But I think it just reached a breaking point with George Floyd and what happened and the mass protest and people standing up. I do see, and I really appreciate you guys being such young people, you guys giving your voice and supporting Black Lives Matter, and also writing your own song for the same. I think it's their piece. Talk us a little bit about the inspiration, the impact, and how did that song come about?
Yeah, as you said, after the incident with George Floyd, it did shock the nation, and it personally it was really shocking to hear, especially when you actually see the videos. It's really hard to see. And this song, I mean, it was just literally like the day we heard about it in the news, the next day I was just sitting at my piano. We both were in a room and we were sitting at the piano and I was just playing some chords. And the first line that came actually is their piece. I don't think anyone else can say it better than a quote from a spiritual guru, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. He says, like, there's only one religion, there's only one language, the language of the heart. And there's only one race, the race of humanity. So we use these lyrics into the song.
Yeah. Tell us can you just tell us the lyrics of the song. Can you just sing it or just recite it to us? It's so deep and meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah, so the lyrics are, the verse starts with, "Is there peace? Everything hurts." And then it goes right to the chorus, saying there's only one religion, the religion of love. There's only one language, the language of the heart. And there's only one race, the race of humanity. And then the next section is, life is short, so let live. Life is hope, so let's change. Life is love, let's love all. And then it goes back to the chorus. But, as, Kiran said that I don't think there will be any other, saying or quote that would be better than this, because it kind of, and it's also very simple, in just simple language and in 3 lines. It encompasses the whole emotion of what we should do. This was definitely a really emotional song we wrote, and we actually posted a small snippet of this in Instagram and Facebook, and a lot of people, they wanted the full version, and that's when we actually completed the song.
Is there peace? Everything hurts. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one race, the race of humanity. Life is short, let live. Life is hope, so let's change. Life is love, so let's love all. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one race, the race of humanity.
That was amazing. Thank you so much. And beautiful lines, yeah, and what an inspiration. And thank you for being, for taking the right stand. A lot of people believe in the right stand. They know what is right, but they simply don't voice it. They don't want to talk about it. They want to be controversial. But if you don't say something what is right, then I don't think it's clear where you stand, and it's so important to do the right thing. So really appreciate doing the right thing. Okay, so you guys, what a fantastic inspiration. I don't know if you know, actually. You are a big inspiration to so many young, teenagers and young adults and people who are coming up in any of their talent, especially in music. So I have a special guest, a big fan of yours, who is joining us to ask you guys a question. Her name is Namrata Manikandan. Namrata Manikandan is a trained classical Carnatic musician, a singer, very talented, and also she is phenomenal with Western music. And so right there in your wheelhouse, I think. Namrata, thank you so much for joining us. Take it away.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited to meet you guys. I was like, when I got this opportunity, I just felt so happy and was so excited to just be here and be able to ask you guys a question.
Yeah, I mean, that's, that actually means a lot that you think you're inspired from us. I think that just means a lot. Thank you.
All right, my question for you guys would be, I know you guys do a lot of fusion work when you mix in, your Indian classical as well as your westernized side, kind of fuse them together. How do you know what ragams and what swarams will fit into a certain Western song? So I just wonder how you guys piece together your arrangements.
I mean, picking a ragam, like we just whatever the Western song, like whatever scale it is in, we kind of pick the same scale. But like the sequences or the rhythmic sequences that we do are kind of like on the spot. Like either like Nivi would get an idea and she just records it, or I just get an idea and we kind of just record it. Like how it would merge with the beat, the song, the way it's composed, how like we can add the swaram that's not gonna disrupt it, but just gonna like have it as a ornamentation to the song that's gonna add more to the song rather than like disrupting the actual piece of the song. So I think like to actually explain how we do it, it's kind of like the first idea that comes in our mind of how we want to compose the swarams.
I think that's so cool how you guys can just come up with stuff on the spot, because I mean, although I have been learning for a long period of time, I think that's still a skill that I have yet to achieve yet, and I hope to be at that level one day. You guys are killing it out there, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Namrata. Thank you. All right, we are now going to have some fun twin tagging questions. I know it could be annoying when people ask you guys the most absurd GK, general knowledge, common sense questions just because you're twins. I'm sure you're annoyed and tired, but these are hopefully a little fun and you will enjoy it. I have a few questions and one of you or both of you, according to the question, you can just answer it. You guys ready?
Yeah, we are.
Perfect. Okay, here it goes. Who is the oldest?
Me, Kiran, by 12 minutes.
What is your favorite memory together?
I think we performed in UCI Solstice. It's like a talent competition, and we both performed together, and people started like waving lights in the audience and like all around the stadium. It was actually the stadium. And that was like a really memorable moment.
Wow.
I think
that's a cool memory. Yeah, I'm actually getting goosebumps just listening to that, believe me. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. What is each other's dream job? I think I know it, but what is each other's dream job?
Yeah, I think you know it too. It's like being a singer and being a performer. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Perfect. Musician, performer, singer. Okay. Now, just answer for each other. Kiran, what is a song that would describe Nivi? And Nivi, the same for Kiran.
Well, Nivi's like a very mischievous person.
Oh.
Like at home, she's a talkative person. So I don't know, this Tamil song Kurumba by Sid Sriram. That's just the first thing that came to my mind.
So she's the naughtier one out of the two, mischievous, right? I can tell she's holding back. She's like just smiling and like, oh, you have no idea. I have a lot of things to say. Okay, Nivi, your turn.
For Kiran, it would actually just be our original song, My Own Trend. I think that's just her.
Yeah. Okay, she's really not the one into the trends, and no, not really, just stands grounded. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. One thing that you can do well that the other cannot.
Nivi's really like good at like handling tension situations, like things that are just really stressful. Like she'll just be like so calm, and I'm like, how are you just not stressed out? She's a very like positive person. Like she can cheer you up.
Yeah, I think for Kiran, she's a really hard worker. Like she doesn't get lazy often, which I'm the opposite. Like she can do how many ever hours of work, but I don't think I would be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, she did come out 12 minutes earlier. So she is hardworking. Let's just say that. Okay, perfect. Who has a better sense of humor?
I think Kiran. She like even when she's with her friends, she somehow just makes them laugh the whole time.
Yeah, you guys should be a lot of fun to hang out with. Perfect. Okay. What's the silliest question you get asked about being twins?
I think, are you the same person?
They'll kind of like look, oh, you have 3 freckles, so this is Kiran. Or they'll ask can you read each other's mind?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's silly, but that's just a question we
okay.
get all the time.
Can you describe each other in 3 words? Kiran, can you describe Nivi, and Nivi, Kiran?
Nivi's carefree, positive, and chill.
And for Kiran, she's hardworking, dedicated, and trendy.
And okay. You can tell me off camera later what you really think, Nivi, okay? One thing that annoys you about each other.
She's on her phone almost 24 hours.
Gotta get those views and likes, come on, that's hard work. And Nivi?
I think there's a long list, but to name one, I think when she's frustrated or something, she'll just go on a big rant, and that's just so annoying.
All right. What's most favorite thing about each other?
Yes, I mean, I said earlier, she's very carefree even at the most stressful situation. Everyone else will be stressed out, but you'll see her and she'll have no reaction in her face. So, yeah.
And for Kiran, I think whatever she thinks is real, and whenever she feels anything, she'll just say it directly. She won't have any, saying something different outside and thinking something different inside.
Okay. The favorite film you've seen together?
We see a lot of films together. Every week we have a Friday night for our family. But I don't know if we have a one favorite.
Not anything that comes to my mind.
Who is the better cook?
Me.
Maybe.
Complete this sentence. My twin sister is.
My twin sister is cool.
I was gonna say that. My twin sister is Nivi.
Guys, I really enjoyed having this conversation and getting to know you both better. Thank you so much. What is your message to young adults and teenagers who have, their music talent or any talent, and your followers, your fans? What is the message you would like to share with them?
Yeah, I know being a teenager can be stressful. I know, especially in high school and college years, you have to kind of go through stereotypes, go through what other people expect from you, what your parents expect from you, what your peers, your friends expect from you. But instead of looking at all of that, just look at what you expect from yourself. Look at what you want to do in life, what your dream is in life. If you don't want to take this profession, then it's okay. Do what you love, because you're going to be doing it throughout your life. So it's important to pick something that you're going to want to do for your whole life, rather than doing something to just make your parents happy or to make the society happy. It's important to make yourself happy. At the end of the day, we want to have a happy life. And to make sure we have a happy life, do what you love. And that's what I would like to say.
Fantastic. That's really amazing. Great message. It takes a lot of courage, determination, and grit to be yourself and to follow it through your life, your passion, or what you really want to do. Thank you so much again, Kiran and Nivi. Now, this show will not be complete if we don't have you both sing one of your most phenomenal songs. Please go ahead and sing for us one of your favorite songs, your fan favorites maybe.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb? You can call that mental freeze when your brain goes with the things in slow motion. Yes, I
when these people talk too much, put their things in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. She say that I'm cool, I'm like, yeah, that's true. I believe in G-O-D, don't believe in T-H-O-T. She can play me dumb, I'ma pay her for fun. Gotta wait on my mental, let me give you the picture like Santa. Falling out in a drought, no for rain was a pouring down. See, that pain was all around, see, my boat was kinda loud. Didn't know which way to turn, flow was cool but I still felt burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge, I would call everything like this purge. Ooh, astronaut in the ocean. Ooh, astronaut in the ocean. Ooh, astronaut in the ocean. Yeah, yeah. What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb? You can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put their things in slow motion. I feel like an astronaut in the ocean. Yeah, ocean. Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. That was really amazing. Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Kiran+Nivi. Thank you for being on our show. Thank you for opening your heart and talking to us. I think we covered an entire spectrum of where you started and how you came about and where you're headed. We wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, and we're privileged to be here. Thank you for having us.
I hope you enjoyed our conversation on open captions today. Please show us your love and support by subscribing to Spring Nectar TV. I will see you again in next time with another interesting conversation on open captions. Until then, signing off, yours truly, Kavipriya.